Now, last week's story was about the finding of the treasure chest on the shore, so I didn't want mixing it with a farming story. So this is part of last week's story, taking the wool up to the wool board, and this week's combines.
So first thing that happens when you come in, you'll give us your labels, which will hopefully have your registration number on it, which then helps us to produce your receipt of wool. On this, you'll have a very unique document number at the top, which then traces your wool right back through our system and straight back to you at the farm as well. The bales, whenever it's quiet like this, you can see that we've got quite good space here today. So when you delivered it here, it went straight over to the grading table here, to Alan, who's our head grader. Now, if you'd have came maybe last week, it was absolutely chaos in here. And what we would have to do then is weigh each bale individually. Each of the weights gets logged down here, along with the numbers on the bales. If you've ever wondered what's all them weird numbers down the side of a bale for, it helps us to trace them back in here. And it gets stacked. I don't know if you can pan over to there. You can see already that the warehouse is filling up. So that's all wool that's been coming in from May. And if we don't get a chance to grade your wool when you deliver it, it has to go in there. We stack it up, and then that keeps us busy right through to the end of March next year. So here we are with Alan, our head grader, and as you can see, once the bales get opened, every single fleece is individually graded by hand. So just going to ask Alan what it is he's looking for when he's grading. What's the first thing you're looking for here?
I'm looking for type, where quality, where it's a hog or a ewe, whiteness, uniformity, where it's grey, where it's vegetable contamination, all sorts of little things.
Okay, and how would you say this clip has been presented?
Not particularly well.
And how common would that be?
Quite a bit.
And I would say sometimes it's like, even if you're used to lifting a towel off the bathroom floor, if you can roll it in a ball and shove it in the wash basket, if you did the same principle to this, would make such a difference for this part of the process. As you can see now, he's having to pull that rest of that fleece off to get it all together.
You have to do something like that there.
Yeah. Doesn't take much.
Into the bag.
Yeah. One thing I have noticed about this clip, there's no black or coloured fleeces through it, which is really good. So maybe
does help.
Maybe they just didn't have any Dutch spotted or any other breeds that would have coloured wool in it as well, but that makes a massive difference. Once those coloured fibres come into contact with the white fibres, it becomes a grey grade very often because you can't pick them back out again. Anything else you want to finish up with?
Well, obviously there are things common in the mule and black face grades is the matty fleeces, which you can't tear. Can't actually find any. I just had one there a minute ago. Well, I can't tear that little bit like that.
So that would have been a mule cut if you couldn't have tore it a bit?
I will see that you can't tear that, so that obviously goes into a different process.
Yeah.
For
And that can be anything from genetics to environment and how that sheep has grew that fleece.
Yeah.
It could be the health of the animal as well. So there's all these different
maybe rainfall
bits.
as well. I know too much rainfall.
Did you lamb indoors? Did you lamb outdoors? Did you get a dose? Was you vaccinated? All those things can play a part in how that animal grows that fleece.
Also, I'm looking for strength of staple as well, particularly if you're going into number 1 grade. You know, you can't have a staple that breaks into a number 1. It has to be a certain length as well, a good, decent length.
Yeah. And every single fleece gets the same treatment here. And this is all Alan does all day, every day. Thank you very much, Alan.
Right on, thank you. Okay.
The first thing I'll get asked in most of my phone calls is, what are you paying for wool this year? And the answer is, I don't know. Because we don't buy your wool off you, we sell it on your behalf at 18 auctions a year. So I'll make reference to this, which is the 2024 clip year and all the values for all the different grades. because they're the only prices we know. So when you deliver your wool today, you'll get the money that's owed to you from last year. So I'll talk about this particular fleece, which is a 483. So let's go in here and have a look. 483. So it's a mule grade here, and you'll see that last year's value was 54 pence a kilo. It'll also give you the value of the 2023 as well, which was 33 pence a kilo. So you can see that last year it has done a bit better. You know, there's no way of knowing what this year's going to be till we get to the end of the season, which will be the end of April. So come May time next year, we'll know what all your grades are going to be worth. When you deliver next year's wool, you'll get the money for this year's wool. So a 483 is from one of the mule types. And the reason that this is a 483 is for two reasons, is how white that staple is and how long the staple length is. Most of the time this will end up in a carpet. You might get some blends that might have it in some kind of apparel or soft furnishings. But the reason why, the whiter the fleece is, if it's going into a carpet, obviously, you want to be able to dye that whatever colour you need that carpet to be. Also, it's really strong. It's got your genetics in there from the black face and the blue face Leicester as well. So it's going to be really strong, really durable, and have a nice bounce to it whenever it's been made into a carpet.
Now, after delivering the wool to the wool board, we came on home via Newton Ards and decided we would drop into McKee's for lunch today. But I almost got our sheep rustled. I was just filming the boys bringing the silage in when I caught the culprits caught on the act. While we were having our lunch, they got the rams out of the trailer on me. So after the rustling escapade, it was back home and sorting a few sheep out. We brought everything in, we're trimming up dirty tails, we're dosing anything that needs it. We are checking udders as well, that everything is correct and marking up accordingly. So we also have our toxoplasmosis vaccine, and we are injecting last year's hogs with it. You have your live vaccine in this little bottle here, and we syringe that out and put it into this liquid here, and that puts up the dosage for it. Now, through an undercover source, I found out that Massey Ferguson is trialling a new model of their trailer, the Massey Ferguson 200. So I heard it was around the Ballygilgit area, so I sneaked out with the drone and camera. And a short time later, didn't tea arrive? Bacon butties, tomato ketchup, teapot, the works. Now this is a huge field, and we're just coming to pick up a few bales of straw. There's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then there's a few more in the field on the other side of the road to give us a load. Now, this oil grape that's on this has far too many teeth in it. You can't get them spiked into the bale nicely. So I'm just being gentle because I'm just trying everything out on this loader and tractor.
Well,
what a fabulous day. Could life get any better than this? Or maybe I just need a latte, apple tart and fresh cream.
We better get out of here. Frankie will be down with a shotgun. Now back down to Portaferry cutting hedges again, and I'm just trimming up gates here way to let a combine in. It wasn't Derek Irwin in the field beside where I was working, and he asked me to cut this here to let him see to get the combine in. Narrow spot.
Just speaking to Ivan there, and we're just wondering if you could bring the 4230 down the road with a good sized trailer and then hook it off. I'll fill that till it, hook this trailer on and take it to Sam Loans from Humber to get it tipped.
Well folks, that's us for another one. I'm going to leave you with a few shots of the last lot of days. It's been quite hectic. Here we go. See you next Friday. We'll get you on YouTube this week.
Oh, look at that. Look at all this.
Now I've taken up running, jogging, because there's two rams after me.